Alright, loading in, and welcome everyone, welcome to the grand finals of this week's Korean StarCraft League, week number 62. Again, this is a bi-weekly tournament, and we have a treat. We have a TvT. Very rare sight in this tournament series, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Post Youth, we have the red Terran player from South Korea representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the other South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Kyor. Here we go. And again, we have seen these two face off many times in the past. They do have quite an interesting dynamic as well. ByuN, as you can imagine, is very biocentric in TvT. Typically, is very bio heavy and does often skip out on Viking production. He forgoes air control in favor of a more drop heavy style. Meanwhile, Kyor is a lot more standard in his approach. Neither player really embraces mech too often, thankfully. More often bio tank instead. As Kyor does scout for a proxy Rax, making sure there's nothing too crazy going on here at the third, before moving out with his own scout. I don't blame him. That's another thing to bear in mind, is that neither player are really afraid to proxy at any point in the series. Both Kyor and ByuN are willing to embrace it. Are willing. As Kyor does dip into the main, does confirm the single gas opener, which means Rax expand, economic opener here out of ByuN, Kyor doing the same. So both players going for a faster CC, going for an economic start. I mean, on Post Youth it makes sense. Do you have an in-base natural? Behind this, ByuN going for his factory follow-up. To do so, ByuN did skip out on the second Reaper. Meanwhile, Kyor, he does make a second Reaper himself, going for a more delayed factory. Just a slight variation. Oh, as Kyor dips in. Does dip into the main. It is going to be forced out. He shouldn't lose the Reaper. We'll be able to get out in the end. Kyor does pull away. And we can embrace our TvT. ByuN going for a 1-1-1 setup. Kyor shouldn't be too far behind him. Oh, never mind. Kyor rushing to a third CC before starport. Very greedy here by Kyor. Especially in the TvT. I mean, we have seen this a little bit more often amongst the Korean Terran players to like rush into a third base very quickly. In Terran versus Terran, but it's a very risky thing to do, and we'll see if we can get away with it. See if Kyor can get away. As ByuN is going to be the aggressor. Starport is done. Medevac's on the way. Oh, actually, letting the Medevac a little bit further here. Going for the faster tank. And ByuN will soon push. And the question becomes, with this move out from ByuN, can he punish the greed of Kyor? Can he punish? If so, then, I mean, ByuN can snowball into a win. If not, it's going to be Kyor with a massive lead. So we go, ByuN is moving out already. He actually hasn't seen anything across the map, but ByuN has no idea what he's pushing into. Doesn't know how greedy or how aggressive his opponent is. We'll see what ByuN can get done. Back at home, Kyor going for a Viking first. Getting into his first tank. There is a Widowmine. Oh! Widowmine is avoided. ByuN within range of at least a Deeper. The bite shot! Oh my god. Goes off, takes out a Marine. And likewise, Kyor so far, he is holding on. Will lose a depot. Oh, not even. Kyor, he holds. Does hold on, saves the depot. So far, gets away with a third CC. ByuN still reinforcing with another tank, with another Liberator. getting his own CC on location. I mean, this is another way that ByuN can recover here, is to contain Cure on 2 bases for as long as possible and get away with that third. We'll see if he can. Cure going for a Reaper counterattack. Will delay the third CC. Massive move here by Cure. Delays the third base. You know, ByuN gets a tank. Ooh, and the depot. Supply blocking Cure. Brutal supply block. Vikings, they do gain map control, or sorry, air control. They shut down the medevac. Even getting a tank as well. Bit of miscontrol there by ByuN. And he does back off. ByuN retreats. He gets 4 SCV kills. That is some damage. But his CC is still delayed. As a result, despite some of the pickoffs, I mean, ByuN, he lost one of his own tanks as well. He's still getting his CC up and running. Cure is making 3 ACVs at a time. He has mules. And Cure should soon expand. So Cure, he should be able to embrace a better economy shortly. ByuN's advantage is going to be his upgrades. He's already got 1-1 on the way. Double evades still just now finishing off for Cure. So there's going to be a window where ByuN has an upgrade lead. Not the largest window, though. But a window nonetheless. Cure breaking out, finally taking his third. So is ByuN, getting saturated. The economies are neck and neck. Drop slips in. Let's get into the mineral line. There's no stim. These have vanilla marines. They're not getting much done. But the main army pushes. Oh my god. Jesus. I didn't realize how much Vikings Cure had. I mean, I mentioned before that ByuN often skips Vikings when he goes for the double drop into the main. Cure out of position. Oh my god. Completely out of position. Upgrades are denied. Cure, he races back home. Ay, ay, ay. ByuN, he denies +1. Gets behind the mineral line. Takes the better trade. Is going to be stuck in the main, though. There's no way out of this. Still takes down a lot of Marines. 8 SCVs as well. Not a bad trade for ByuN. I'm sure he was hoping for a little bit more, but he does at least force back the main army. What is terrifying, though, is the tank count. Cure, he has a tank lead. He has a Viking lead as well. I do favor Cure in a head-on fight. But ByuN, with more heavy marine composition, he can try to outposition and try to counterattack. It's going to be the goal for ByuN. Need to rotate around. Without medevacs, though, ByuN can't really find a way in. Oh. Does face check. Runs into the tanks. Gonna step back off, getting a 4 CC. Likewise, Vikings are in position. Turrets, 4 CC on the way for Cure. And the game may just slow down from here. Just slow down. ByuN still has that upgrade lead. Now it's even greater than before because of the snipe earlier. The economies are still comparable at least. Cure even throwing down 2 more starports already. Getting ready to fight for that air. As ByuN moving out, going for the fourth. Sims in, gets a Viking, gets a tank as well. Not bad. Oh, not just one. He keeps going. Gets another tank. Oof. Leads out Marines. Doesn't lose any tanks of his own. So in a way, a more efficient trade here by ByuN. 2 more starports, getting to Matt's Viking. Going for a Dream Drop towards the main. Does boost in. Oh, but there are Vikings in position, and Cure does deny it. Cure is keeping up. Stimming on forward. Does get a tank. Trading 1 for 2. Not the best trade for Cure. Leads out of Vikings as well. He had like a Viking lead. He still does. But only by 1. 3-3 on the way for ByuN. 2-2 still on the way for Cure. Plus 2 armor just now starting. And again, ByuN just has to maintain this position. He's just fighting for control of the 4th base. Gets a lib. Cure finally does break out. Does catch all those tanks. But trades out Vikings for that as well. And throughout all this, ByuN, he's building up his Viking count. At least trying to. And making 4 Vikings at a time. Working towards Raven production. He's got tech labs already set up here on the starports. As Cure has finally established his 4th. He's walling up. Sensor towers, liberators, tanks, more CCs. Cure, he's trying to slow the game down. I mean, for the most part, he's succeeding. And this heavy marine style, it's not easy to break a turtling Terran. Which is why ByuN is now incorporating Raven. Going into his Ravens. Now, it is difficult to make Ravens work if you don't have air control. The Viking count is actually in favor of ByuN. But more Vikings on the way for Cure. ByuN rotating around, gets a tank, gets 2 tanks even, gets 3, oh my god, where are the Marines? Yeah, Cure, he's late to respond. ByuN, he positions, Cure instead of going for a drop across the map, he's being cleaned up. That's going to be 15, 16, 17 SCV kills, oh my god. 17 SCVs, doesn't get the CC. But that was still good damage, ByuN takes the supply lead. He thinks about diving in, thinks about it. Pushing forward with the Vikings. Let's push forward. Likewise, looking at the Viking count here, actually neck and neck for 9 versus 9. Sables popping up. ByuN gaining ground. Does catch a Viking. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. 3 Vikings get picked up. The Marines are stepping forward. Cure able to take down most of the Vikings. Yeah, ByuN having an awkward fight, pushing into a tank line. That was not the fight that ByuN wanted. Yeah, he has to back off. ByuN forced a retreat. But that entire time he was denying mining. He was denying expanding or the base here at the 3rd. And ByuN has a supply lead. Cure isn't out of this, but he has to buy time. He has to buy time to recover, to rebuild, to remax. And the problem is, though, that ByuN, he's getting into more more Raven production. Making 3 Ravens at a time. Which means, despite the siege line, ByuN can push in. He can disable all the tanks. 5 Ravens so far. He's about to have 8 Ravens. Jesus. That's a lot of Raven. This is also one of the key gripes that Terran players have about the new patch. is they were hoping that in the new patch something would be done about the Raven specifically for TvT, just because Raven versus Raven is the meta in late game TvT. It's something that Cure has not been able to get into because Cure was behind. I mean, because Cure, his economy has been stifled. He's trying to build back up, going into Liberator production instead. Here come the Ravens. They disable 3 of the tanks so far. Get an anti-armor missile. The tanks getting within range. Even within range of the CC. Barely not. Barely. CC under fire. The Liberators were cleaned up. Yeah, ByuN is air control. He's got 12 Vikings similar to the 3 of Cure. The Liberators, that would have been good if Cure had the Viking lead, but it's not something that Cure's had for a long time. As Cure, he does break out. Viking's going to be engaging, auto turrets as well. Disables on the tanks, on the Raven, on a bit of everything. Why not? Another Viking. Liberators doing what they can. Meanwhile, ByuN just double expanding. He's got his goal base up and running. He's getting top left as well. More CCs, all the command centers. Again, because of the map control that ByuN has had, Cure has just been contained. He's just been contained the entire time. Finally going to be expanding, taking a 5th. Cure, he needs it. As he's being starved out. A massive anti-armor missile. Connects with almost everything. And GG gets scored. It's just too much to handle, and ByuN will take game number 1. GG. Get a very intense game 1. ByuN initially going for a more marine, a more bio-heavy style, but then so quick to transition into mass starport, into mass Raven, initially with Vikings as well. And just really containing and starving Cure out. Cure, he had to fight so hard to even take his 3rd base, and eventually his 4th. Wasn't quite able to do so. ByuN all over him. Was all over him, and now we're getting into game number 2. As a reminder, winding it back, remember, Cure, he went for a very greedy start. He went for a 3rd CC before starport. Very fast 3rd base, but ByuN, he was just so aggressive, so assertive. This entire game, essentially, did pay off. And now we're getting into game 2, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Site Delta, we have our South Korean Terran player leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN for Shopify. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. Here we go. Again, a very intense game. Again, because of the aggression of ByuN, he was able to take the economic lead, get his own 3rd, his own 4th, 5th, and eventually 6th expansion. He can afford those trades, and we saw it in game 1. Cure, he was scouting for a proxy, didn't find one. Here in game 2, ByuN, he commits not just 1 proxy racks, a 2nd proxy as well. As a 2nd SCV has arrived, so 2 racks Reaper here by ByuN. And Cure. Oh. Is Cure going racks expand? If so, Cure is going to be in some trouble. Yeah, he's sticking with 1 gas geyser. It looks like Cure is going for an economic opener. Does move out with the SCV, and he will scout the 3rd base location. The triangular 3rd. He does not scout, or sorry, the linear 3rd. He does not scout the triangular 3rd. Doesn't check. Moving out with the SCV scout. He doesn't know what's going on. And Cure is not taking a 2nd gas. What does that mean? No factory. That means command center. That means that Cure has the bare minimum to defend. Now he can still hold, definitely. He can still pull the boy. He's gonna have to pull the boys to buffer for his Reaper to buy time. But this is more ideal for ByuN. It is gonna be more ideal. As Cure dips in, Cure confirms. He confirms the Rax is missing. Something is wrong. He cancels. Yeah, he instantly cancels the CC. Pulls back into the main. And the Reapers are amassing. So already a strong reaction from Cure. Will move out. He does confirm the proxy. Cure is aware. ByuN does continue Reaper production. Boys are being pulled. Reaper comes in from behind. He wants it. Oh, doesn't quite get it. ByuN has to pull back. Cure, he's holding. But the downside here is his build. Remember, he had to cancel the CC, which means the factory is delayed. CC is delayed as well. And this is not an all-in, is the problem. It's only 2x Reaper. ByuN is transitioning back at home. Factory's on the way. ByuN can expand from here. As he does take it from behind. KDA charges going up. Reaper's able to escape. And ByuN, he will retreat from here. CC going to be on location for ByuN. He does stop Reaper production. He's getting up to 5 Reapers. And we'll see who's able to saturate their natural base first. Bearing in mind as well that Cure, he still has all these workers pulled with the main army. So these are just extra workers that are not mining. ByuN floating in. Oh. Getting a couple of shots off. Commits up the ramp. He gets 1 SCV, gets 2. 2 SCVs go down. Delays the starport. Lands the racks to tank some shots. Oh. Doesn't quite get the Marine. Yeah, being forced out. But again, these are still nice trades here from ByuN. Back at home, getting into reactor cyclone production. Rax floats away. And ByuN still ensures that there is no base. There is no landing command center. ByuN already saturating. And with that, the economy is still quite neck and neck. Cure at least has mules. Or an extra mule. Oh. As ByuN tries to trade, he does get the heli and does take down a couple of Marines. And that means that Cure has that much less pushing power. ByuN backs up. Again, building up more cyclones. Eventually, Cure will counterattack, but ByuN will have plenty of cyclones to defend. Actually going for his own drop. No fear. ByuN boost across the map. Cure likewise moving out as well. He lost how many? 2 Marines, a Hellion, and a Reaper. Oh, another Marine goes down. Nice control here by ByuN. And as Cure pushes, ByuN, he's boosting it. He's boosting into the main base. Cure had a position, does have a couple of Marines to defend. Tank does pop out in time. Ooh, just in time. Cure holds. Not without losing another SCV. But Cure does hold. ByuN rushing to a third. Third CC's on the way. We're going to take an economic lead. Ooh, as ByuN dives in, but he will lose the medevac and both cyclones. Oh, the juggling! Cure, calm down. Nice cleanup out of Cure. Gets both cyclones. The Liberator does hit the natural. Reaper supports the main. ByuN doesn't get much done, though. He gets 1 Marine. The Reapers get more. They delayed the CC. 3 ACV kills. Not bad. Up to 4, up to 5. 5, almost 6 SCVs go down. Bearing in mind that Reapers do not scale well into a longer game. They don't often gain much value, so to get 5 SCVs is actually insane. So very efficient trades here by ByuN. And as a result, ByuN takes an economic lead. His third CC is almost done at this point. But now Cure has gained map control. Finally, cleans up all the aggression, he breaks out, he can push. And the onus, the pressure is on Cure to deny the third. to delay the third base for as long as possible. Because Kira is behind in this third base timing. There we go, already floating over. Dropping to the main. ByuN is ready for this. Yeah, he's in position. A couple of boys are being pulled. ByuN, he will clean this up. Barely saves all the Cyclones. Main army pushes in. But there's a second tank. Unsiege as well. ByuN, he does deflect. He holds. And now ByuN can expand. So the economies are quite close. Initially, if you remember, ByuN had a 5-worker lead, but now Kira takes his third base a lot faster. So he has caught up. And we're neck and neck. We can embrace the mid game. Now, just like the previous game, ByuN will have faster 1-1. Double E bases, they finished a long time ago, and they're halfway done at this point. The upgrades, I mean. Meanwhile, the upgrades just now beginning for Cure. So once again, ByuN will have an upgrade advantage over Cure. Eventually. Army is spotted. Cure getting in position. The tanks, I believe they're barely within range of the mineral line. ByuN actually trying to get behind the mineral line. Tank fully going up. Double drop towards the natural. Cure out of position. Oh, he's not ready. He's not ready for this. Likewise, Raven gets picked off. Massive pick off there by ByuN. 7 SCVs and Cure is being pulled apart. I mean, he's stuck at his third base. He's going for a counterattack. Oh my god. He's sending it back. 9 SCV kills. Third base under fire. Curie just sends everything across the map. He does get the mineral line. Yeah, massive pick up. 11 SCVs going for the CC as well. Command center should go down. For both players. both players lose their thirds. Third bases go down. Cure, does he commit? Does he come back home? Did Cure lose both Ravens? Oof. He did. Both Ravens went down. ByuN is sneaking up on the tanks. Massive pickoffs. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. 3 tanks. And Cure not paying attention. Cure, he was distracted. And GG gets called. It's just too much. And ByuN will take a 2-0 lead. GG, a very chaotic game. I mean, both players were taking a lot of hits, a lot of blows. But ByuN did trade that much better towards the end, especially. Getting 3 tanks for free was brutal. And catching both Ravens as well. Both Ravens with the Vikings. And with that, ByuN takes a 2-0 lead. Does take a 2-0 lead, and now we are jumping into Game 3 on Golden Aura. And the pressure is on Cure to fight back here and now to make a series out of this, to force a Game 4, a Game 5, an ace match. It's on Cure. Is on Cure, and here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Golden Aura. We have our South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify, 1 game away from becoming this week's KSL champion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the other South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid, down in this series. He has to fight back here and now to extend the series and force a Game 4, maybe even a Game 5. It is Cure. Yo, is it Cure's time to proxy? Not quite. I mean, maybe. So Curie's got 1 Rax back at home, and I'm curious if he's going for a proxy Rax across the map. As the SV is looking quite suspicious, and yeah, we're in position. Looks like 2 Rax Reaper, but not the most committed proxy here. Alternatively, this could actually be Proxy Marauder. True. If he makes a Marine back at home and a tech lab across the map, then Curie could just commit. We shall see. Proxy Marauder, not just something you see against Protoss, but it definitely can work against Terran as well. Okay, it's gonna be Reaper. Okay, never mind. It's gonna be Proxy Reaper, and should be Proxy 2-Racked Reaper here by Cure. Meanwhile, ByuN back at home going for an economic opener. It just racks into expand CC on the low ground, and we'll see if Cure can punish this, as he's gonna be amassing Reapers. Now again, this isn't gonna hit as hard as ByuN's opener did last game. Isn't going to hit as hard, but I mean, can still pick off a couple of SCVs and can still try and delay some of the economy of ByuN. First Reaper's moving out. You can see ByuN is scouting for proxies. Checks the northern side. Doesn't go further than that. Here, he rocks up with those 2 Reapers. Does have a natural. Ooh. Takes a couple of hits. Will delay the CC. So far, so good. Does delay. Extra Marines have arrived. Oh! And here he wants that SCV. He wants it. Nope. Another SCV has come down. And so far, ByuN, he is holding on. Third Reaper has arrived. Cure diving in. Does go for the die. Trades 1 for 1. Another straight for Cure. Gets an SCV. And the CC has completed. From here, ByuN can back off. The command center should not go down. And ByuN, he has a pretty healthy worker lead, or a pretty healthy economic lead here. As Cure CC is just now on the way. Still rallying more Reapers. Now with the arrival of the Cyclone, though, ByuN should be secure. More Reapers are amassing. Second Cyclone's in production. Hellion arrives as well. I mean, this is a big commitment from Cure. He needs more. Up. Dives in. Doesn't quite get the Cyclone. Nice kiting here by ByuN. And a couple of voids are being pulled to repair. The Cyclone, it looks like it will barely go down, but the second Cyclone arrives just in time. ByuN holds. ByuN holds. ByuN has a 2-worker lead. It's up 2 workers plus mules. Curious CC is still on the way. He needed more damage. Oh. Did need to get more done. Behind this, getting into his 1-1-1. So is ByuN. We'll see what Q can do. Now with a double Cyclone drop, still has those Reapers, at least a handful of them alive. Is pushing towards the natural. ByuN likewise getting ready for his own drop, but he does actually stay back at home. I think ByuN is aware that he's in a good position, so he doesn't move out. Here he goes to the mineral line. Gets an SCV. He gets 1. Boys are being pulled. Cyclones that dive in. The juggling. Oh, he gets a medevac. Medevac goes down. And ByuN holds. It does cost him 6 SCVs though, and a Cyclone. Wasn't a free trade. But ByuN cleans up the army. Chases Cure down. Despite losing 6 workers, ByuN is still up a worker, up 2 SCVs. Still up in the economy. Third CC is finishing up. And ByuN drops. ByuN is moving out with his drop. Cure getting his own third CC on location. Meanwhile, Cure, he has his tank ready at the natural. His main base, nothing quite in position. Tank is on the way. And ByuN is getting SCVs. These are workers that Cure can't afford to lose. He can't afford it. 6 SCV kills. ByuN pulls away. Dropping into the natural. Oof. There is a tank in position though. Likewise, Liberator across the map does lay some mining. Cure is not out of it yet. He's still in there. His third base almost done. Liberator gets another 2 SCVs here at the natural. 3 SCVs even. Does get another 3 workers. His third base is getting up. And Cure, he can recover. Still down in workers, but it's not over from here. Oh my god, she's just going for a double drop. Cure's moving out, very committed. Cure's moving out with his 2 tanks. It's crazy. Medevac gets cleaned up. ByuN getting his 3rd on location. Oh, but this is so risky here by Cure. Again, he's got most of his army in these 2 medevacs. He's boosting in. Boosting into the main. ByuN is in position. Stim is done. Stim's in. He's going for the tanks, and he will get both. 2 tanks go down. Massive disable as well. This was not worth of a Cure. 2 tanks, they go down for free. They get 5 SCVs. Not like this. Reinforcements, though, they hit the 3rd. Oof. Tank in position. ByuN does respond. Mining at the 3rd base is delayed. And again, Cure did get some economic damage, but he lost 2 tanks for it, and 2 medevacs. So Cure has to back up. I guess he lost only 1 medevac. Never mind. The other did survive. At least a little bit longer before going down. The caster curse. The poor medevac. Not like this. Spinner's going for his own drop. Does boost in. Barely does avoid the Marines. Boosting into the main. Going for the add-ons. Does get a reactor. And he can now trade the Bio. He's got the upgrade lead. Taking down a 2nd reactor as well. And a depot. Nothing major, but value nonetheless. ByuN getting the hell out of there. Pulls away supply blocking Cure. Same time, Cure pushing in towards the 3rd base. Still supply block, by the way. Does take temporary towers. Does break out of the supply block. And finally, ByuN can move out with his main army. This entire time, it's been mainly drop play and harassment. ByuN is pushing. He's got how many Ravens? 2 Ravens so far. Disable is researched. He can interference matrix. And Cure's in trouble. Does have a decent tank line, but that's what the Ravens are for. And here come the disables. Does catch 3 of those tanks. The rest of the tanks are on siege. And ByuN stims in. He stims. Takes down 2 tanks. GG gets called. It's just too much. Once again, ByuN, he overwhelms. And ByuN will take the series 3-0, becoming this week's KSL champion. GG. ByuN, calm down. GG, well played. A very, very intense best of 5 here. ByuN does take it 3-0. I mean, Cure, he was able to hold his own at times in some of these games, but ByuN, he was just so active. He was so aggressive as well. We saw that Cure, he tried to turn the tables this game. If you remember, it was a 2-Rax Reaper build out of Cure, but with only 1 Rax proxied, and he did not do enough damage. He was able to get some SCV kills, but not enough. Cyclones did shut him down, and we saw that for the most part, ByuN did have a nice, comfortable economic lead here throughout this game. That's why Cure felt so pressured to get some counter damage. And we saw, you know, some bold moves out of Cure, going for the double drop into the main base, losing too much in the process. His tanks, his bio, his metavacs, just too much too quickly, and yeah, with that, ByuN takes it. ByuN does take it. Congratulations, ByuN will be this week's champion, and it's been a while. I want to say it's been a while since ByuN has taken a KSL. It's usually dominated by Hero and Dark, but during the off-season of EPT, Hero did take some time off. Likewise, Dark hasn't been as active as he used to be either, also taking some time off as well. And ByuN is our champion. Congratulations. Congratulations here to ByuN. Sorry, just trying to catch up on the bracket here. As we switch our scenes over. Catch up on the KSL. There it is. We had Zaun initially popping off. If you weren't here for it, I do recommend the VODs. But Zaun, he popped off. He took down Nightmare and Hero. Massive wins there for Zaun in the PvP matchup. He did struggle, though, in the PvT. That is where Cure did thrive. Cure, he didn't just take down Zaun, he took down Classic. Again, for a very long time, for many years, Cure, he was known for having the best TvP in the world for many years. Of course, nowadays, I feel like Clem has that mantle, but before Clem, it was Cure, and still showcasing that as well in this tournament, in this bracket, by bringing down both Classic and Zaun. Meanwhile, ByuN, he rose up through the lower half of the bracket. He had a very intense series against both Trap and Dark. Both those series went all the way to the ace match. In the end, ByuN did take it, and he had a much more dominant showing against Cure in the finals in the TvT. Much more dominant showing by ByuN in the finals. But again, the semis and the quarterfinals were a lot more shaky. There's a world out there where maybe Trap or Dark advance on instead into the finals. But this week, it was ByuN. This week it was ByuN again, able to showcase all 3 races, or all 3 matchups against Protoss, Zerg, and Terran. It's a bit of a shame we weren't able to catch Dark versus Creator. I would have loved to have seen that. Again, Creator, he was on vacation. Creator, I'm pretty sure he went to France for like a week or 2. Did take some time off. Did it recently come back. And yeah, Creator, he was able to also take down Lunacy in the initial round of 16. But went down to Dark in the end. And with that, GG. GG, well played. That is this week's KSL in the books. As a reminder, this is a bi-weekly tournament every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we do have a KSL. Usually, it's on Saturdays, and I usually cast it live on Saturdays, but we were otherwise preoccupied. I say that. I passed out. I did pass. It was 2 hours until go time, until KSL would begin, and I made the mistake of lying down. I was like, you know what? I can like nap for an hour. It'll be okay. It was not okay. So did sleep in. So we caught up here instead a couple of days later with the KSL, and we'll see how we approach this next time. We'll see if we go for a replay cast or just go for the live cast for the next KSL. Speaking of the next broadcast, how much time do we have? 7 hours. In 7 hours time, we're going to be live here once again with the Wardy TV Monday. That is your weekly open cup that's also kind of geared towards the Korean and the European region. It is a lot later. It's actually quite late. But is a little bit more catered towards the European region to see them face off against the Koreans. See them face off against each other. And again, that is going to be in 7 hours. Right? Am I mistaken? Yeah, in 7 hours time. Which means I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna try and nap for like 4 or so hours. I'll probably try and get some rest before the next cast, so that is the plan here. And again, we'll be live with the Wardy TV Monday. Likewise, we're gonna be live tomorrow as well. I mean, every day we have some StarCraft with the Wardy TV Monday, leading into the Pigosaur Cup, leading into a Lima League tomorrow as well. Oh my god, back-to-back broadcasts, and Code for Giants Cup on Wednesday as well. So plenty of StarCraft on the horizon, plenty of StarCraft in the next couple of days. Or the Open Cups. I believe the Wardy TV Monday is going to be on the current patch. It's not going to be on the PTR. Bear that in mind. So no PTR for the World TV Monday, but there should be the next Pigosor Cup should be on the PTR. That'll be tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow in just under 24 hours. I believe around 19 hours time. So in around 19 hours, we do have the Pigosor Monday instead. Likewise, we also have the return of the Elima League tomorrow. Elima League is coming back. Let's go, and we will be the official English casters. As a heads up, Elima League is not going to be on Twitch. Elima League is sponsored by Chiswick, which is a Korean streaming platform. Basically, because Koreans can no longer stream on Twitch, they actually have to use VPNs to stream on Twitch, and no one from Korea can actually subscribe either. So there's a lot of limitations on the Korean scene at the moment, and they've been exodused from Twitch basically. Because of that, there are some new streaming platforms popping up to help facilitate for that. So there's two. There's Soup, which used to be Africa TV. So Soup is now a little bit more prevalent, and Chiswick as well, which is the Naver platform, launching their own streaming platform as well. So there's like two major competitors in Korea now, now that Twitch is gone, and because of that, Elima League is going to be streamed on Chiswick. We have already made our channel. We've already test streamed as well to make sure everything's okay. As a bit of a heads up though, I believe Europe has some rough routing to Chiswick, so watching streams on that platform can be a little bit laggy just because of the routing to the European region. So just as a heads up, that may also be the case for the North American region as well. Watching from Australia, I was just testing it out. Everything looked fine. Everything looks fine from Australia and Southeast Asia. But if you're in a different part of the world, then it could be a little bit more difficult. What I will say though is that VODs are going to be available on YouTube. VODs will be uploaded to YouTube. So if you can't watch live, or if you can't watch the Korean platform live just because of some latency issues, then you can at least tune into the VODs on YouTube instead. There you go. There you go. Just catching up. Next Turtle Cup is PTR or live server. PTR, papi, PTR. I think Elima League is back. It is back. I mean, we're casting it, of course. we are going to be casting it. Just catching up. Oh my god, Este Hyper One replay cast. I'll cast it next time, papi. I'll cast it next time. Again, I need to get some sleep before the Wardy Cup. Like I don't have time to cast replays. I apologize. I'll get around to it, Hyper One. I'll get around to it. 7 hours for live VIP ladder stream. You're an animal. You're an animal. No shot. No shot. One of those days. One of those days. Chiswick gonna be fluid, otherwise not my cup of tea. No slowdowns, please. Smooge. Should use a VPN. We have tested it. I believe Kura was testing using a VPN to watch Chiswick, and it didn't really work too well. So yeah, it's not ideal. Not ideal. Wikipedia said live server though, maybe some mistake. Oh yeah, we'll fix it. I mean, it depends. Basically, we're looking into, I believe there is a mod, right? I believe there is a PTR mod on the Korean server, but it hasn't been ported yet to the Americas or to Europe properly. So if it gets ported in time, then we can play on the live server using the PTR mod for the Tenacious Turtle Tussle. If not, PTR. So we'll keep you updated. Keep you updated on that. Oh, Chiswick. Yeah. Chiswick. Not Chilsung Cider. No. Yeah. Like the old TVs. Yeah, it's meant to sound like static. It's meant to it's the verbalization of the sound effect of static, right? Also, Hyper One, am I saying it correctly? Lunacy as well. Is it Chiswick or is it like Chijik, or am I saying it properly? I don't. I don't know, papi. I don't know. Is it close enough? Ah. First one was the correct. Okay. There you go. Okay. I'll stick with it. But yeah, with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. Hope you all enjoyed the KSL this week. Again, in 2 weeks' time is going to be the next KSL. If you want to support the Korean scene, then you can do so with !KSL in the chat, and you will get a link to the Patreon for the Korean StarCraft League, where you can help support and fund the tournament. You can gain replay packs and other benefits as well via Patreon if you wish. If you wish. I gotta be level with you. I don't think you make it sound good in English. So I don't know if there is a right answer. Oh, no. Well, how does it sound in Korean? How does it sound? Fun fact, the other day, I was actually trying to Google it. I was trying to, like, YouTube, like, how to pronounce, like, Chizik in Korean. And I couldn't find it. How do you do it? I need to be ready for the cast. I need to be able to pronounce the sponsor name. I can send a voice clip on Discord, I guess. Yeah. Chizik. Oh, so it's not Chizik. Okay. Chizik. Oh god, I gotcha. Send me the voice clip. Oh no. Help me. Teach me, papi. Okay. So passionate. Oh no. Alright, well with that, I'll look into it. Well with that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Again, our next broadcast is going to be in 7 hours. 7 hours time is going to be our next cast here on the channel. Until then, I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm gonna go get some rest. I'll probably edit the VODs and get things ready first, and then get some sleep. And I'll see you guys over in the Wardy TV Monday. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you want, you can help support us. You can help follow us on all the social medias. !socials in the chat. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things CranKy Ducklings. Also, we do stream on YouTube at the same time, and VODs are available on YouTube right after, or currently as well. VODs are on YouTube if you want to tune in to things that you have missed, to events that you may not have seen live. We got you covered. We got you covered with those VODs. Otherwise, thank you so much. Stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live at the moment? Yo, Haas? Wait, what? Haas is streaming right now? No shot. Oh my god, he's live. It's been years. But oh god, the Hazian Republic, rise up, papi. Let's go. So Haas is streaming. Who else is streaming at the moment? Who else is live? Nero is live. Practice X. Do we see anyone else? You know what? I'll give some love to Haas. It's been a long time. So with that, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later on tonight or tomorrow. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.